Hello everyone, welcome back to CS Netflix. In this video, we shall discuss about the unrepeatable read problem that might occur during your concurrent transactions. In the previous video, we have discussed about the dirty read problem. If you haven't watched that yet, do watch and do not forget to subscribe to CS Netflix. Now let us start with an example. As you can see here, initially transaction T1 is getting started by reading the value of data item A, which is 100. Now a read operation is going to be performed first, so this will read 100 here. Fine. Now what happens is T2 comes into picture and it also starts reading the value of A. So the value read by T2 here in the first read transaction will be 100. Now there are only read operations performed, so there is not a problem yet. Now where the problem occurs is now when T1 now starts to change the value of the data item. So it is going to deduct rupees 50 from A. So the balance will be left with 50, which will be updated with the help of your write operation. Right? Now again T2 is trying to read the same data item A, and the value here it will be reading is 50 because the changes are being made and saved. Right? It might not be permanently saved, but yes, changes are going to be reflected because a write operation is being performed here. So whatever the next transaction is going to read, it will read the value which are being reflected on A's account. So A is going to read the value 50. As you can see here, in the first read operation, T2 is reading rupees 100 for data item A, and in the second read operation it is reading rupees 50. Though T2 has not performed any operation or any updation, T2 is reading two different values in two different read operations. Correct? So that is the concept of unrepeatable read problem. Now it makes us to wonder what could be the possible cause of this unrepeatable read problem. So if you have watched my previous video on acid properties, you will remember isolation property, which says one transaction should not affect the other transaction. So clearly, which means in repeatable read, it is a violation of your isolation property, isn't it? Because there is a transaction an operation made in the transaction T1, the problem is arising in your transaction T2. There is definitely no isolation between these two transactions, right? So it can be taken that here violation has been done of which property? Of your isolation property. Right, because of the violation of isolation property, your unrepeatable read problem is occurred in this particular scenario. Let us move on to the theory part of it and understand what could be the possible definition of it. Now, let us see the theory of unrepeatable read problem. Read problem states that the unrepeatable read problem occurs when a transaction gets to read different values of the same variable in its different read operations, isn't it? So different values of the same variable. So which was the variable A? So two different values of A was read by T2 even when it has not updated its value. So the statement is telling you that the unrepeatable read problem occurs when the transaction gets to read different values of the same variable. So which is the same variable? A in its different read operations, yes, even when it has not updated its value. We cannot see any operations here in the transaction T2, but still two different values are being read by two different read operations. So this is a clear and complete concept of unrepeatable read problem. In the next video, we'll be discussing about the lost update problem, which is one more type of your problem which might occur due to your concurrent transactions. And in the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to CS Netflix yet, do subscribe it now. Hit the bell button and then like the video if you do find it interesting and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.